All right, Omers. The mail lady came. Got a couple packages here. One is just Manhattan from Brian. Uh, and the one is. I have to bust out some scissors on this bad boy. The Aris. Now, this is a really cool box. It's definitely a box. It's definitely not made of wood, but it's very realistic wood grain, very thick. Wow, this is pretty cool. Pretty neat logo. Let me bring this up close so y'all can see it. Pretty neat. And on the back, it's actually sealed. So that's how you'll be able to tell if you're getting a new one that hasn't been opened. There's a seal on there. And then I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it is a link to their Facebook page. Now, man, I feel really bad about doing this, actually. But I'm going to break this seal. Actually, maybe I can peel it so I can keep the seal intact. I hate cutting seals. I don't know why. I can use that sticker. Alright, so when I open the box, I've got a quick start guide, it appears here. I've never seen a guide inside of an atomizer, so let's take a quick look at this. Alright, so this is pretty neat. What it got here is their logo on the first page, and then here it's got a picture of the Addy. Here, or is this? Yeah, here, it's literally got, I'll bring this up, steps on what to do, and this is close enough. I think y'all will be able to read it. This is pretty funny to me. But then on the back, it's got a diagram of where your positive and where your negative is at. I thought that was pretty cool considering it's a different type of Addy. But this is neat. A little quick start guide. So without further ado, here's the Aris itself. And let's jump straight into it. First impressions. As I'm picking it up, it feels real nice. It feels cool. Feels very durable, very heavy. Now the first thing I'm going to point out is it comes with this glass drip tip. Now, I'm going to say I think that it comes with this glass drip tip because that was really tight in there. Let's see how easy it is to fit another drip tip in. Okay, no, it's pretty easy to fit another drip tip in, but it slides out kind of easy, and this one fits real snug, the one that was made for it. So that's the first thing I'm going to say. It comes with a real nice drip tip, it looks like. Wide bore. Let's take off the glass. Now this is glass, this isn't, so is the drip tip, they're both glass, they're not Delrin or Pyrex. So that's cool. Let's check out the build deck. Now, this is the build deck on this bad boy. You've got your positive, which will be the one closest to the camera there, and then your two negatives across from in a triangle. That post in the center is actually going to be the airflow control. And look at how deep that juice well is. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's super deep. And yeah, that is insanely deep. That is awesome. Okay, then you got your airflow control there at the bottom. It looks like it's fully closed right now. Wow, the quality of the gold on here, and even if you can see, I'll show you on the bottom real quick. Somebody told me there was a serial number on here, but I'm failing to see it. Oh no, I see it now. I didn't get such a low serial number, but it is cool that there's a serial number on here. I got under 1,000, so that's good. All right, well, let me build a coil on here, and that will be another video. This will just be the first impressions, I guess. First impressions, taking it out of the box. The box is nice. That little guide was really cool. The atomizer itself is really awesome. Actually, you know what? I will just, we'll make this all one video. I'm pretty sure I can build on this guy pretty fast. Old habits die hard. Whenever I go to build, I still have to build on a mech mod, even though I don't really use them that much anymore. I got this Mephisto. I don't really like it. I know a lot of people are all about the Mephisto, but I'm not the biggest fan. Alright, so let's see if I can bring this down. And y'all can actually see me do this build. Alright. Get all my tools together. Ooh, I'm looking for one more screwdriver. Alright, which I got right here. And I know this is a really long video, but I mean, it's first impressions on a new thing. So these screws, the threading on this, it feels really nice unscrewing it. I like that you don't have to unscrew them too far to fully open the channel there for you to put your wire in. Cat, chill out. Alright, right now, off camera, you can't see it, but I am cutting some 24 gauge wire. Alright. Now I'm struggling because there's so many magnets right here now. I just realized that I'm twisting this coil off of camera, but I'm also trying to keep my cat at bay. This little fool's acting crazy right now. Alright, so this should be interesting. I think I'm going to need to bend this leg. I read Kai's review on this, or he did a quick little statement. He got his a couple days ago, and he was saying that the negative leads will lead into each other. I was thinking maybe a bend in that lead could prevent that situation. But that means I have to bend this lead too to go in to that hole over there. Not too shabby. So that's not too bad. I can see how the how it could go into the other negative, and how that would be a pain in the butt. But bending that lead before you put it in makes it harder to get it into the positive, but it did prevent that problem. I kind of bend my leads up all crazy as I'm building anyways, just to get the coil kind of where I need it to be before I tighten the screws. Wow, now one thing I will say, these post holes are pretty darn tiny. I don't think I'm going to have any problems here, but we'll see. Yeah, I didn't untighten this screw all the way, and I actually had a problem getting this 24 gauge through there right now, so... Oh, yep. There it went. What he was talking about. It went through and it poked through and hit that other one, that other negative post, and it was impossible to get it through there. So I see exactly what he's talking about. That's going to be one problem with this Addy, the way that it's set up. You lead straight through into your other post. And I may be getting a phone call, so this video may be interrupted. But I'm basically almost done with this build. I'm having a tiny bit of trouble feeding the other 24 through the positive. I'm actually having an immense amount of trouble feeding the other 24 through the positive. It might be the way that I have this wire bent. Let's try bending it the other way. There we go, and it slides right through. So this isn't the hardest atomizer I've ever built on, but it's definitely not the easiest. But we are almost done here. And I just realized this part of the video is going to be really boring. But, hey, not much I can do about that. I'm done with the build now, so let me trim my wires up. Alright, and then we'll get these coils into place. So far this video is 17 minutes, so I'm not sure if it'll let me upload it onto Facebook. This is what we got. We're working with 0.16. And I mean, keep in mind I still got to straighten the coils out and all that jazz. Oh no, I just dropped it. Wow, not only did I drop it, but I totally lost it. Alright, I found it. And in being way too eager, I just unscrewed the 510 off of my box, but got it screwed back on. All is well. Alright, so we've got the Aris onto the box. And I thought I was going to have to adjust the 510, but no, she's firing up nice. She's firing up real nice. Alright, let me just place these coils. If I can find the screwdriver that I used to make them, that is. Alright. I'm not even pressing the button. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That looks pretty nuts on camera. It doesn't look that crazy in real life, but that's pretty awesome. Alright, so let's wick this bad boy and see what the deal is. I'm kind of clumsy. But oh well. Now I'm going to use a little bit of, maybe not that much, but a little bit of extra cotton on this build just because of how crazy deep this juice well is. And just because this atomizer is kind of made for this, because of how they did the airflow and all that jazz. One thing though is wicking this particular coil. You'll see it's more of a pain in the butt to wick one coil than the other, I'm just seeing, because of how the positive post is in place. There's a little more space on one side than the other, I guess I could say. Alright, well let's take advantage of this 6 mil juice well, I think they said it was. Yeah, it certainly does hold quite a bit of juice. Chucking a decent amount of vapes. Now let's see how on earth I control my airflow because it looks completely closed. Alright, it looks pretty easy. It looks like you just rotate the bottom. And now I got it fully open. Okay, well. Flavor is pretty good, but I'm sure you can see the clouds are really lacking. The airflow is really, 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 really tight. Looking at it, I'm sure there's a way that can be modified. But as it stands, yeah, there's not enough airflow for a build like this. Just real quick before I cut the video off, let's try this. Put the airflow wide open on the Osiris and see if that helps out a bit. Man, it kind of bums me out how regular drip tips don't sit secure in that one. But then now it's not sitting secure enough in here either, so... this drip tip is covered in juice, that's why. Now that does make it quite a bit better. It is better with the Osiris. Still not regular clouds. It looks really cool watching the vapor build up inside of there. That looks pretty neat. So I mean, first impressions, the Addy itself is pretty darn cool. The hit, it needs a lot more airflow. To be quite honest with you, I don't know. There's something about it. Like, I know that I can tweak it to get it to where I want it to be, but right now it's just not too great. Great idea though. I'm gonna post another video later once I modify it and tell you what I did and tell you if it worked. So that's it for the Aris by what is the name of this company again? The Council of Vapor, Veritas Aquitas, it says. Alright, so that's it for the Aris, everybody. Have a good day. Vape on. I'm going to change Addies real quick to blow some clouds before I leave, just because I'm so sad that this isn't doing it. All right. Vape on.